deadly wind chills of -90, while the Midwest suffered at -60. Schools in Minnesota were closed down for the first time in years. The Northeast also suffered. In Washington, D.C., 360,000 government employees were given the day off to conserve energy. The cold air first arrived late last week. Another cold blast moved in this week. This was unmodified Arctic air, both at the jet stream level and at the Earth's surface, which came straight down from the North Pole. The Arctic outbreak led to the deaths of more than 150 people and crippled the eastern part of the nation.
Some of the record lows, just not the record for the date, but on January 19th, that's what we're looking at, the coldest it's ever been at these locations. Now, we could go back 100 or more years in some of these towns, and maybe other observing sites got colder, but at these airports, Indianapolis, all-time record low. Pittsburgh, all-time record low on Wednesday, January 19th, 1994. Take a look at the readings. In Harrisburg, it's a big story. They tied their all-time record that day. The next day at night, Thursday night, the 20th, they tied, or they broke their all-time record again with 16 below. And then Friday, the 21st, the third day that week, Harrisburg set their all-time record low again. They really outdid it with 22 below zero. Scranton, Williamsport, and Allentown followed suit. So was it cold in the Northeast that week? And in January, it certainly was. Now here's Dennis.
All-time record cold, and that was back in January. February, very brutal as well. You thought it was all over with. Then we had today, and in fact, this first week of March is indicating yet another storm system. Let's go ahead and look and see what's been happening on the third day, a Thursday in the month of March, including Boston, Massachusetts, still reporting some more snow coming on down, creating some problems. They've seen as much as 5 to 7 inches of snow in and around the Boston area during the course of the 3rd of March. And again, that continues to come down and continues to be a problem across that immediate area. And an added feature with this particular snowfall, it's very moisture laden. So the end result is very heavy, wet snow. Please be extra careful if you're out there shoveling this snow after the storm is all over with. Another area affected by a lot of snow has been in Worcester, Massachusetts, where they ended up having to deal with another 8 to 10, maybe as much as 12 inches of snow in central Massachusetts. Wind-driven snow, very heavy, moisture-laden snow, continues to be a factor even in Worcester, Massachusetts. So this weary winter of 93, 94 is not over with yet. And in New York City, they had some problems as well. They have been coping with so much sand and salt to put out on the streets to keep them clear for this winter season. They're exhausting their supply of sand and salt in that area, and it looks like yet another winter storm this first week in March coming down and posing some more problems for the hardy individuals of the Big Apple. Well, as we reported, the heavy wet snow is a factor in this particular storm. Heavy wet snow can be a stress on your body. Here's more about shoveling snow.
Snowstorms can be killers, but one of the leading causes of death during a storm is not the snowfall, but the attempts to clean up after the storm. Every year, people die from heart attacks caused by overexertion due to shoveling snow. People should be in good shape before undertaking such a stressful task. Stack up the shovelfuls it takes to clear an average walkway, and it's as much as lifting a 400-pound piano. If you are outside shoveling, it's very important to wear the right clothing. Make sure it's loose-fitting, and dress in layers so when you get warm, one layer can be removed. Wool garments are good as they retain their warmth even when wet. Also make sure the head and ears are covered. Wear a ski hat or hood. Wearing the right clothing while outside is just part of the problem. Do not attempt to shovel snow if you are in bad physical shape. I'm Dennis Smith, the Weather Channel.
Well, we're here to talk about snow today on the Weather Classroom, and we have a big storm to talk about. Way back in 1983, way back, it seems like a long time, but many snowstorms ago in February, there was a big storm that wound up the East Coast. And Keith Westerlage has more on the great storm of February 1983.
The blizzard of February 1983 will long be remembered. It caused major problems for the residents of the northeastern states. The storm started as an intensifying low-pressure system that took a track along the Gulf Coast and up the Atlantic seaboard and became positioned east of the Delmarva Peninsula. At the same time, a big Arctic high-pressure system to the north was funneling cold air into the storm. As a result, the entire megalopolis was clobbered with heavy snow and high winds. Many places received record amounts of snow for a 24-hour period.
I still remember it quite vividly. I was forecasting that day, and that evening, Allentown, Pennsylvania came in with a report that they had 5 inches of snow in only 1 hour, and it was at that point that we realized things were getting completely out of hand, and the storm was truly awesome.
The storm caused havoc. Schools, businesses, and roads were closed. Many people were stranded. The '83 blizzard will remain one of the biggest ever to slam into the Northeast. I'm Keith Westerlage, the Weather Channel.
Again, our focus today was on the winter of 1993-94. It's been a brutal winter, especially concentrated in the Great Lakes and the northeast quadrant of the country. And for those that are looking down the road towards this Thursday evening into Friday morning, it appears the heaviest snows will be in an area from upstate New York into Maine. So please be careful in this